Hello! It is Sunday, it is super sunny, and I decided to make a video about angry women and castrated men. I feel all too often I hear, where have all the good men gone? Where are they? There's just jerks out there, just rapists, just people that are not interested in us, just people that ghost us, just people that don't really want to connect with us. And all those kind of complaints. If you are happily married and everything is going smoothly, then you can take a break from this video now and enjoy a beautiful sunny Sunday. But if there is things that you can't make sense of, why are men catcalling? Why are men giving compliments to a woman they don't even know on the streets? Why are men ghosting? Why are men shutting down and not want to engage in a conversation? Then maybe I invite you to continue listening to my little video here. This is all observational, and this is all my experience that I've made. People who know me know that I went through abuse, rape, and all sorts of bullshit with men. I was a very angry, aggressive woman, but it made me bitter. It made me destroy friendships and relationships, and it just turned me into a miserable person. And a couple years back, I started doing my work, and today I can say I have just as many guy friends, girlfriends, and can see that sometimes the guys are doing stuff that is upsetting and not awesome. But I can also see what women are doing to drive men crazy, what women are doing to destroy their relationships with men, what women are doing when dating to manipulate the situation and to left feeling rejected. Now have a look at society. There's a lot of people out there going through divorce, and most of the time it is the woman who ends up taking care of the children. Not all the time, but most of the time. Now, can you imagine that this woman who went through pain with her husband, there must have been fights, there must have been maybe cheating, there must have been all sorts of stuff happening before that divorce was started or settled. This woman now is raising kids, little boys and little girls. And if this woman didn't deal with her pain, with her anger, with her frustration, with her girlfriends and counselors when it comes to her ex-husband, is she in subtle ways gonna transfer that resentment and hate and fear onto her children? I think it's a very natural thing to do, right? If you're scared of something, if you were raped in the past, if you were mistreated by a man and you raise a daughter, you will teach her to be aggressive. You will teach her to be fearful, right? Aggression is because you're fearful. You will teach her to be out there and offensive more than anything else. And this is gonna bring out children, girls that are extremely confused with what is feminine, what is healthy masculinity, how am I gonna start a relationship on a trust basis? Because she is so fear-driven from her mom now. Now look at the little boys. Look at the little boys that grow up with a mom who is angry at men, frustrated with men, and still so resentful when it comes to men. Is she not in very subtle ways gonna castrate him? And every time he's gonna express masculinity in any way, she's gonna try and suppress it. She's gonna try and maybe blame and humiliate and even shame him. And he's gonna grow up like this little boy who is very confused of what is healthy masculinity? What can I do to be masculine in this world? And how am I going to approach women? Oh, women don't want to be catcalled. Women don't want compliments. Well, I'm just going to treat her like, I don't know how, treat other boys. And so I feel what I've observed is that boys grow up very confused with what is masculinity, and girls grow up being very fearful of the masculine, very fearful of leadership and power, because that is a bad thing. And this is wrong. Power is good. We just have to focus our attention on heart-driven leaders again. We can't keep focusing on bullies and aggressive people because we think, oh yeah, they're so confident and we have to follow those people because they're going to reach our goals. No, we have to focus on heart-driven people. So I want to invite you women who are watching this to maybe go back in time. Are you still fearful of men? Did something happen in the past that scared you? And were you able to let go of this? Or do you continue to project that image onto every man you see? Me Too movement, awesome to call out guys who are in power, who are not using their power in the right way. They're mistreating women, taking advantage of women, and even being violent. And this is wrong. We have to call these guys out. But what about all the other men? We can't put every man into that basket. And we can't put every man who's giving you a shy, like very kind little compliment into the box of a rapist or someone who's out to be a creep. This is so wrong. We have to be more sensitive again, and we have to see the good in men. We have to trust men again, because only together we can build a resilient society. It is not like feminists like to portray it. Oh yeah, the future is going to be feminine and men are just going to be put in a corner and suppressed and castrated. This is not what is going to happen if we want a resilient, healthy relationship. We have to make peace again. We have to talk to each other again. We have to ask questions. Men have very strong desires to connect and to protect you and to lift you up and to make you feel so good. And women have such strong desires to create families, create strong communities or businesses, and lift the man up and nurture the man and inspire men. There's so many women out there who want this, yet we are not taking the steps to connect. We don't wake up in the morning and go out on the street and have a friendly conversation with a stranger. We get all dressed up, we get all the makeup that we can, we have our tits hanging out, and then we blame and shame men to be looking at us, to give us attention, or even to be talking to us. How does that make sense? It makes me so mad. Obviously, you can see it, you can hear it, but I feel we have to work on this. We have to work on this so hard, because I can see even married couples being in this situation where she doesn't make sense of him always being absent. He doesn't make sense of her always being nagging. It is because there's that underlying mistrust and fear and aggression as an outcome that is ruling the relationship. It is power games that are not healthy. They are destructive. Power games are never really constructive in a relationship. I know you pronounce that differently in English, but it doesn't matter. But we have to break this open. We have to break this illusion that we can survive by ourselves. Men need women and women need men. And we need to come back together and look at what we did in the past that was leading to frustration and destruction. Women, look at yourself. Look at how fearful you are. Look at how anxious you are when you walk over a parking lot at night and it is dark. Look at the fear that you feel. And no man will ever understand this fear. But we have to talk about it. We have to express this fear and trust that there is men out there who want to make us feel protected, who want us to trust again, who want us to be our best version ever. So we have to stop distrusting men. Yeah, keep calling out the guy who is misbehaving, but don't start like at the bottom when it comes to compliments or a look or maybe him mansplaining a little bit. You can be very gentle and say, hey, you're overwhelming me right now. Hey, you make me feel uncomfortable. Can we change this? And then the guy can become aware of this. It has everything to do with trust. We all assume there's a creep behind every compliment. There's a creep behind every guy who's looking at you. First of all, don't let your tits hang out if you don't want guys to look at you. It is just too gorgeous, too beautiful to look at. And I'm not lesbian, I'm not bisexual, but I just can't help myself but looking. And the same goes for guys. And they're not creeps. Be aware of what you're wearing. Be aware of the image of the things you say and how you express yourself, and then you will very easily see that, yeah, you draw the attention from men towards you, and there's nothing wrong with it. You just need to be able to handle it. You need to maybe talk it out and tell them how they make you feel, but don't start blaming and shaming them. Don't assume that they are all mean and that they all want to take advantage of you. No, ask more questions. And in asking questions, hey, how did I make you feel? Did I make you feel inferior? Did I make you feel shitty about yourself? And then people will usually open up to you. We have to stop think as women that we are so innocent, that we are always the victim, and that we are not capable to deeply hurt men. Because I think it is also that unawareness that makes us so unpredictable and so frustrated with so many situations, that we still think we live in the 70s or 60s or 50s and we're not allowed to vote, and we're like the little dogs of guys, and now we're fighting back and being aggressive and that's the solution. No, it is not the solution. And yes, there's still so much inequality out there. Yeah, a male doctor is not being paid the same as a female doctor, even in Germany. And this is absolute bullshit and it has to be addressed. But on an emotional level, if you want a nurturing, beautiful relationship with a guy, we have to start looking at ourselves and start communicating more clear. Are we still angry at something from the past? Let go of this. Are you still resentful? And are you still washing the dishes, cleaning the laundry in a very resentful way? Not because you want to be that nurturing woman, but because nobody else is going to do it anyways. Who wants to deal with that? Who wants to be close to that? Who wants to even talk to a woman that is so angry and frustrated? And yeah, you can tell me now, oh yeah, but I got enough girlfriends and I have my husband. Yeah, but you could have so many more friends and you could have such a more like in-depth nurturing marriage if you would look at yourself and let go of that fear and that distrust, especially if you are in a relationship or in a marriage with a man. Amen. Thank you so much for listening. I will be out there very soon again. And for now, it's all good. Just look at yourself. Go deep inside of yourself. Feel if there's still anger and pain and distrust. And then every day from now on, take baby steps to trust again. Ask questions. Be open about how you feel. And you will be so surprised how men are willing to listen and willing to help recover a relationship and come back together, have amazing sex, have amazing intimacy, and have the most beautiful conversations that will empower you as an individual. If you resonate with this, please share around. We want to get that message out. We want to heal relationships. We want to make sense of all this resentment and anger. And shoot me a comment. I will post it here and feel free to ask questions. And I'm very, very excited to be on this journey with you wonderful warriors out there and you extremely magical goddesses.